That individual came out of prison looking like prison. Just a hot mess. It ain't never been nothing fine, but my gosh. It just came out looking like a train wreck. And you know, I did feel sorry for the individual at one time until it came for me. I'm like, oh no, you done messed up now. You have messed all the way up. Because it was up there at Caledonia Farms. And you know, I'm the type of person, I feel sorry for people until they give me a reason not to. But don't get out and come for me and act like you think you know me after you done spent the majority of your life in a cage, and that you think you will come out and bring chaos to mine. I don't think so. Because you know what? Let me tell you guys something. Just because you knew somebody when you were a kid, it doesn't mean you know them on down the road. I mean, yes, there was a familiarity there, and I'm not saying that you don't see the person and feel familiar. You feel like you know them a little bit. But, you know, let me tell you something. A lot of these folks, you know, once they've been in an environment like that, you don't know them when they come out. A lot of times. Because for a lot of folk, you didn't even know them when they went in there. And as for this individual that waged all this war against me, I've never known that person. You know, a lot of times we have perceptions of people, and we have an idea of who we think people are. But you don't ever really know people. And that's one thing that individual, that narcissistic, crazy individual said to me. That person would always say, you don't know me. And now, it was right about that. It was right about that. I definitely didn't know what that was because, you know, it was lights, camera, action. You got to watch people that are performative. Most people in the world are. It ain't everybody, but it's somebody. So be mindful of that. Most narcissists are actors. They just don't get paid for it. That individual is the type of person that liked to use people and trash talk them. He would ride around in a dude that drove a Burgundy Z24 and then backstab the dude, you know, and talk about him and put his business in the street. And the person that came up against me is a dirty individual. Oh, he's a dirty somebody. He's filthy. Everywhere he go, he create chaos. It could be a group of people getting together to go to the skating rink. I guarantee you before the end of the night, a big mess gonna pop off. I guarantee you. I've seen it happen. That person he is trouble. He's trouble. I've seen it happen. Everywhere he go. Just kicking up chaos, cussing people out, calling people MFers. Want to fight folks. But I bet you he don't go to Durham with that mess. Hello. Cause them dudes in Durham now. Come on now. Anybody that know anything about Durham know they don't play in Durham. They do not play in Durham. Shout out to Bull City. But anyway. Because I know he has some affiliates in Turnkey, you know, and he didn't go up there with all that bull job. I know it was some dude that he didn't even know the dude, and he was gonna ask the dude something, and the dude was like, "Yo, I don't know you." See, that's why I'm saying, you know, when you dealing with a Bama, and they try to act like they street, and that's how that individual is. See, if he was really street minded, he would have known you don't approach no city dudes unless you know them. Because a real dude from the street, you know, they're going to be like, yo, I don't know you. I don't know you, money. I don't know you. But no, he going to take his backwoods Bama, think he run Franklinton behind up to Durham, and they won't having it up there. That dude in Turnkey, he was like, I don't know you. And he was like, okay, man. But if you had any sense, you would have known you don't approach street folks. I can't use the term the dudes use, but you can't approach people like that that's from the streets and got street savvy and smart to the game. You know, you can't approach people like that. They don't know you. They don't know if you some kind of informant, undercover, gonna do something to them, try to rob them, set them up, whatever. But the dude that tried to set me up, he think he's so street, and he think I'm so green to the streets. I ain't green to the streets at all. I know what's popping out here. But anyway, I tell you what, I know enough about the streets not to be approaching people I don't know. Guarantee you that much. I was all in New York, and I don't have no problems with nobody because I know how to conduct myself. But anyway, I don't have no problems in New York. None. Of course, I went out like that, but I don't have no problems in New York. But I got enough sense to know you don't be walking up to people you don't know like that. You know. But yeah, that dude, he said something like, if I remember correctly, he said something like, I don't know you, you know, whatever. But this is somebody that would run around in the country trying to act like he thought he was some city slicker or something. I'm thinking, look, you backwoods. And the only reason why you run around like you do is because these dudes from Franklinton was scared of him. Some of them. I don't think all of them were. Because there was one dude that definitely, I think he would go toe-to-toe with him. It was him, and it was another dude, too, that would go toe-to-toe with him. Everybody wasn't scared of him, you know. But he wanted everybody, I feel like, to be afraid of him. Him and this dude he used to run with from New York that would go and shoot up the car wash. And then the dudes in Franklinton who were punks, they were scared because the dudes in Franklinton, they always been scary. But they always had a lot of mouth towards me. Okay, now, you gonna let a dude punk you, but I'm somebody that you think you gonna shoot your mouth off to me. That's why I said these dudes from Franklinton, they punks. Now I don't know about this newer generation, but I know that them punks that were hanging out trying to be hard, trying to play it like it was hard back when I was hanging out, they were cowards with a lot of mouth, trying to go for bad. Please give me you know whatever. They were soft. They were trying to act like they were hard. And then they would try to hang with the dude that came from me because he was supposed to be their protection. Because people who didn't know no better were scared of him. But had he ran up on some real gangsters, they would have put him in the ground. They ain't about all that talk. They ain't about all that throwing hands. Yeah, they gonna throw something all right. And he knew it too. So he knew not to go to Durham with all that mouth. All that backwoods Rock Springs, Granville County mouth. All that Franklinton mouth. All that acting like a nut at the spectrum mouth. All out there fighting and getting drugged and hammering them dudes from Franklinton he used to hang with. And y'all, I'm not even gonna get into that. See, the one thing about that person, the biggest mistake he made was coming for somebody that knew about him. Like, if he opened his mouth with lies, I'm not going to open mine with the truth. I don't even know that person. But I know it's an enemy. And I know that he didn't know how gangster I really was. But he messed around and found out.